Next time you get in your truck, what will you reflect on? Will it be the boots that got someone back on their feet? The food that brought friends and family together? The gas that fueled vacations? The lumber that built brand new homes? Or the helmets that protected dreams? You deliver it all. That's why we created the all-new Mac Anthem, to support the drivers who support us. The all-new Mac Anthem, because you drive us.
If you're inspecting a commercial vehicle in under a minute, it's probably not a very good inspection. But that happens every day at Mesilla Valley Transportation's El Paso terminal, and it's one of the best inspections that you'll ever come across. If you've ever returned a rental car, you might have driven through a lighted halo just before you drop the vehicle off. That's an automated vehicle inspection that checks the car for damage, leaks, and missing or swapped out components before the rental agent ever sets eyes on it. Las Cruces, New Mexico-based MVT is the first commercial trucking company to use that automated vehicle inspection system, which the company calls an MRI for cars. Welcome to CCJ's Innovators. I'm CCJ editor Jason Cannon. In this series, we profile carriers and fleets that have found innovative ways to overcome trucking's challenges. Go ahead and subscribe. And now let's find out what makes Mesilla Valley Transportation this month's innovator. First off, I guess just kind of set the deck a little bit about what this technology is and does. And when I saw the release and then I saw the picture, I'm assuming this is the thing that I drive through when I rent a car. And I've never known what that was. I've always thought it was something that was looking for body damage. I didn't know it did anything other than check for dents. But is this the same type of thing that like Enterprise and Alamo and all those guys have in like the airport?
So maybe I'll give you a bit of background. We are a technology company called UVeye. We are the biggest company in the world now building machines for automatic vehicle inspections. You can find over 1,000 of these in different shapes between private vehicles through commercial in the fleet space, working with Amazon as well, and now entering this world of mid-mile and trucking. Our machines are built between a variety of clients. We have some of them in the plants with the OEMs, the car manufacturers, some in the finished vehicle logistics space, in seaports. We just announced with Jaguar Land Rover last year, we're inspecting all the vehicles coming to the United States with this. And hundreds of car dealerships, all franchises, all brands, 46 states today that are using this for automatic inspection. People refer to it as an MRI for cars. We built this hardware and software combination, which is an intelligent scanner. You drive through, it takes thousands of pictures at the exterior of that vehicle or truck in this instance, underbody, so below, and then tires. And we analyze that very quickly within seconds with computer vision, artificial intelligence. And we deliver an output, high resolution imagery with different detections, safety, cosmetic, mechanical issues that could be viewed very quickly by this machine. Thumb rule is if an eye could have seen it, our machine can see it. And we just help a lot of partners, just like MVT, to streamline their inspection operations and get really, really good and quick inspection done with this machine.
Yeah, and you had said that MVT is the first trucking company to use this, right? It's in different segments, but this will be the first. These guys are the first motor carriers to have this.
Yeah, they're the first ones. We have a big pipe of a few other big trucking companies that are going to get it up next. But yeah, the idea here is really to perfect it for all the uses that they need, scale it hopefully to as many sites as we can with them, and then obviously continue and bring what we brought to the other segments to this world. And the more we get exposed to it, the more we see, we feel there's a very big need, and even more than the private vehicle, whether it's fleet or retail or all of those industries that we're at, which have tremendous use for automatic inspection. I think for trucking, in terms of the amount of hours that these trucks are on the road and the DNA of the drivers and being tired and doing these tasks and the cost of elements in this industry, we think there's tremendous benefit. The technology is there, the systems are working, the resolution's great, all the tools are there, it's perfecting these use cases, and we are very excited for it. And MVT have been a great partner so far, and we're sure they're going to continue being so.
What about this technology, Royal, was of particular interest to MVT? I mean, you guys have got drivers, they do pre-trips and post-trips and technicians.
We have pre-trips and post-trips. Legally and rightfully, a driver should always do a pre-trip. But it would be nice also to get the vehicle when it comes into the yard, which we've always done at our El Paso terminal. They come in, they go through what we call the island, where they check in, they put the truck and trailer, turn in their paperwork, and then they go to the pits. And our pits, We have 3 lanes, and there's people under the truck, on the sides of the truck, and they're looking for lights and, brake shoes, brake drums, oil leaks. They're looking at the condition of the truck and trailer. They're looking on the top, looking in case of the air fairings are coming loose. But it's humans, and it's open 24/7. So then you got to deal with issues with Christmas and holidays and sick time. And you're also dealing with humans that the most perfect person is not going to get everything right every time. And then where are you going to put all this information? And how do you know? And we probably get 200 vehicles a day. Aaron's probably been counting, but it's usually 200 or more a day go through the El Paso terminal. And it's Mexican carriers bringing back our trailer with a load, and it's our trucks coming in with a truck and trailer. So now, besides maybe the driver, last time the computer system shows, he left in truck 5700 and everything was perfect on that truck, and he comes back a week later and the side fairings are bent and the side skirts are scratched. Well, you know who did it. And did he report it? And now we have a record of that. What if your Mexican carrier left with my trailer with brand new Michelins on it and brought it back with brand used Michelins on it? Well, now this thing sees the serial numbers. I think at the moment it only sees the serial numbers of the outside tires. But as we go and as we point out things that we want them to show, they're already excellent at doing this with cars and real cars, as you've seen. We want to get them more excellent at doing 18-wheelers. And as we go, we'll look for things that we want, and they'll figure out how to do it. And it'll just make us, just a one-time, real good inspection that doesn't miss anything.
Just to add to everything Royal's been saying, that's why they're such a good partner to us. We have done that really well up until the mid-mile. So, today we're the standard. We had 4 different OEMs, Toyota, Volvo, Hyundai, General Motors, even CarMax invested in us. So we really built a standard around everything, and over 1,000 machines from private vehicles up to Amazon, which is in hundreds of sites with them for last mile delivery, right? So the commercial kind of Sprinter trucks and Rivians and so on. But having partners like MVT now scale this and help us perfect this for this world, whether it's a 17 points check or these kind of mismatched tires, all these use cases, which are very frustrating, cost a lot of money, are around safety as well. So they're a great partner for us to see what we can do with all these cameras, thousands of high resolution images, and just, we have out of the box a lot of features and detection, some of them you just asked about, around the tread depths and alignment issues and sidewall damage and underbody issues and glass damage and scratches and dents and, from cosmetics or safety. But then the specific use cases are the things we're working on together.
What problem were you trying to solve? And when this popped up on your radar screen, you guys went, holy crap, this is the thing we need.
It's time against money. And on e-logs, every moment counts. Anything we can do so we can have our trucks safer, more prepared, and ready to go faster, less everything. It'll just be more and more efficient and make us better and better. It's a lot of information and a lot to be dealt with, but everybody seems to be liking it. The drivers are liking it. We had a couple of people worried for a while. They're automating everything. AI is going to take all the jobs and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's already calmed down. Hey, this is just a smarter, safer way to help us be prepared to find things that are wrong and fix them before you go back out, making you, Mr. Truck Driver's life easier. Hopefully we don't have a blowout in 200 miles because we saw this tire was not fit to go. And we're going to repurpose the people that were doing the inspections.
We're not trying to replace any employees and everything. This is a tool that is going to help them be more efficient and everything. There's the beliefs of some drivers that we just wanted to replace and they're going to lose their job and everything. This is not. We just want to make them be able to go to the terminal in and out fast so they can run more miles. And that's the benefit for the drivers and the technicians to have the extra information they need to do the job faster and more efficient, right? It's like the scanner when they plug it into the computers and they get these codes to make sure that what they need to be fixed. And this is what it is, right? It's just more information for them to be able to do a better job.
About how long does it, I know it's sort of a drive-through thing, but about how long does it take to scan bumper to bumper?
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Can it see under the truck? Like if I go through that tunnel and I've got a coolant leak or an oil leak or something like that, can it see under between the frame rails?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And does it look for all the standard stuff, frame rail cracks, leaks, things like that?
Yeah. So anything that's a visual anomaly, meaning, if it's any kind of pattern change, so fluid, broken part, missing part, rust patterns, it picks all of that up.
It sounds pretty simple, but the truck pulls onto the yard and it goes right first straight through this tunnel. And then once the scan is complete, I guess it emails somebody a report of some kind with any potential defects, or even if there's not any, somebody must get something, right?
So basically, there's a few options. We have a user interface, which is pretty intuitive. I can even share my screen and show you a demo version. It's going to be the middle-sized vehicles or the cars, because the trucking is so new but it's the same gist. So I'll just show it to you, for demonstration purposes. But basically, we've got a user interface which records the license plate, the VIN number, takes pictures of that very quickly. And then it starts slices through the different screens. So obviously, it's not dual tires. This is private vehicles, but it's the same gist. So vehicle drove through, right? We pick up the license plate, we connect it to the VIN. And from the service perspective, in dealership and other use cases, there's a lot of other kind of values. But let's say this compared to a truck scenario, we first look at the tires. Obviously, in this case, it's just 4. We look at the tread area. We measure the tread depth. You can see here, snow, mud, salt, rain. We know how to ignore that and read through that. We measure every tread valley that we can. If there's any nails or foreign objects, we pick that up as well. We're also going to use laser detection as an additional layer in the trucking system. But this is it's patented. It's based on computer vision. It's based on analyzing the depth of the rubber. But then from the sidewall, here you'll just see probably an example of some rim scratches or damage. Maybe you see even with snow. So here's the sidewall damage. Over here, a chunk of the tire is out. That picks it up automatically seconds after it drives through. All of these kind of things. So Royal talked about all the characters. You see this is a Bridgestone, the tire size, the load and speed, the age. It all picks these characters up. And this is this kind of comparison on size. And also, if somebody changes the tires, we're able to indicate that versus the previous scan. So those kind of things. So any character that we can read. So that's out of the box, what you see on every tire that we scan. Then maybe I'll find a nice leak example. You see this is the underbody, right? Obviously, it's much wider when it's a truck. Here is just a little bit of fluid drops over here. So it knows to say there's some kind of substance. The resolution is pretty incredible, right? Down to the text level. So just by driving through for every truck, you're going to have this kind of visibility to click in, whether it's our interface, whether it's sent by email or SMS. So there's multiple ways. It's cloud-based, so you can use it however you want, basically. If there's rust patterns, we can indicate on that, whether it's everything is timestamped and evidenced. So if it's compared to the last time or, just even for recon reasons or whatever you want. And then scratches and dents, it's classified by body part. This is the roof. You see that the line breaks, it's a dent. It's exactly the same with trucks. Scratches on the retail side and also wholesale from the vehicle side. It's a bit different. Maybe it's use cases that would enable in trucking, but we're able to estimate what the damage is worth with a dollar figure. So Royal will know that the truck went through. We found X amount of recon items. This is the amount of dollars that are worth to fix automatically. So once we have that data, there's a lot of things we could do with it. And then I'll show you one last thing, which is not relevant just for excitement though, but we can also merchandise vehicles. So we can do really nice photos for them if we want to put them on a website or sell them in, out. Less relevant for trucks, but nice to see. What I want to show you, which is relevant to obviously what these guys are doing, is really the data piece. So we are slicing and dicing every information that we can find until it loads, meaning for them handling a big site with a big turnover of vehicles or throughput or multiple sites, we're able to give them a really interesting analysis of different things. So you'll see, let's say the last 30 days, how many vehicles were scanned in their terminal in the last 7 days, how many required service, how many alerts did we have, which models were with the most issues, which parts are the most damaged, what are the damage types, right? Where are we replacing tires? The tire stats and the service alerts will come up as well, but it can show them things like, show me all the trucks that had rim damage over a certain size or severity or needed alignment or had a leak. So it breaks that up for them, different times of the day and what's coming through, the breadth and size and load and speed of tires that came through. So we're now suddenly able to give them a lot of visibility and slices of it just because we're saving all of this data. So this was just a quick glimpse of what our interface looks like.
Yeah, I've never seen a scanner though with a resolution that this thing's got. The serial number that was coming off that cat when the car you were showing from that catalytic converter, that's incredible. The thing's moving when it goes over that camera and you can see the serial number on it. That's pretty impressive.
I'll give you the background, though. I don't know if you read about us, but we started around 10 years ago, and we started from Homeland Security. So originally, when we, started our company, it was to look for bombs with our vehicles, trucks as well. So the resolution that you've seen is because this was used in border patrol, banks, seaports, airports, to look for illicit materials, IEDs, contrabands that are hidden below vehicles. So that's how we kind of evolved then into automotive, and that's strictly what we do. So that's why the resolution that you see it's also military grade in terms of the actual systems themselves and robustness, but the image quality started from there. So that's why you can see to that level as well.
There's just one in the field, right, in El Paso?
Yes.
First one, yes.
What's the end goal? Do you foresee this at every terminal? Do you want them ever so many miles apart? I mean, what are you guys thinking?
I would think that. I would think once you get it dialed in and where it's perfect, at least in your terminals where you get the most consistent traffic. Like for us, that'd be like Laredo would be a good spot. Nashville is smaller and, it's you still got to depend on humans to do it, but the line never stops in El Paso. And the line's already faster as far as getting through the first part, but now we're just seeing the information it gets, and then we're still going through our lanes. But eventually that'll change, and those lanes will become something more of a repair lane instead of an inspection lane, because the inspection is being done right when it comes in.
That's it for this installment of CCJ Innovators. Check out ccjdigital.com for more trucking content from all of our editors. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll never miss a post from CCJ.